on? I'm Rick, and this is your seat at the table, and we are looking at reviewing various things from my collection of role-playing games from over the years, from tabletop wargaming, etc., blah, blah, blah. This is Pass's installment from Mechwarrior, Losttech, the Mechwarrior Equipment Guide. You know, any game system, for the most part, if it gets large enough stuff in it, will always seem to include at least one, maybe more than one of these equipment guides. So this is just additional material and things that you can utilize to use in play in your game system. And it's interesting to note that when we talk about Battletech, it's Battletech and Mechwarrior, and it's two sides of the same coin. The Battletech typically is considered the tabletop war gaming, where you get your little miniature yahoos and what have you, and move them around your field and etc., for combat. But then you also have the role-playing element of that, and that is Mechwarrior. That was Frankie, our shelter cat, who just decided she wanted to leave the room and open the door. Anyway, this one is, like I said, Mechwarrior Equipment Guide. Copyright 2000, so this was printed in 2000. I paid $20 for that. You know, it makes me feel a little better because I recently bought a brand new, one of my first, maybe my second brand new Battletech books, and it was $30 at the bookstore, so at the game store. So I was not too far off. I was kind of distressed by how expensive these games, the material, have gotten over the years. But I'm getting off track. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about, especially you older hats. Some of the stuff was, compared to what it was, of course, our income back then was much different too. So Losttech, technically speaking, entry and opening, introduction, road to recovery. Losttech. Across the inner sphere, the term conjures images of unstoppable weapons, impenetrable armor, and other relics of lost technology, engineering treasures forgotten to mankind since the collapse of the Star League some 300 years before. People of the inner sphere often look back at the Star League era as the golden age of humanity, and rightly so. All human-occupied worlds were united under a single banner of peace and enjoyed a period of unparalleled innovation and prosperity. Technology, in particular, advanced in leaps and bounds during this time, and among the greatest technical advancements were innovations in armament manufacture intended to maintain the peace so hard won by the Star League Defense Force. Sadly, these same advantages were turned against the Star League when Stephen Amorous launched his coup with a massive army, blah, blah, at its disposal in 2766. Those plans were ultimately thwarted. The barred succession wars that followed wreaked havoc with humanity's precious scientific knowledge. So, to make it in a nutshell, I've said this before, technology as of the year 3025, when Battletech slash Mechwarrior Battle is introduced, it's been some 300 plus years since the fall of the Star League, and humanity's almost blasted itself into the Stone Age in some aspects, literally, and high technology development, education, research and development, all this stuff has taken it really hard, really hit, and a lot of things have become lost. The ability to repair is based off of dumb luck, and this is because this is what we did before. We don't know why it works, but this is why what we did, and or the inability to repair it at all. So, there's a renaissance that begins to occur, and this, they call it the road to recovery, but things start to get improved little by little. Discovery of the mercenary Grey Death Legion by the mercenary Grey Death Legion of a nearly intact Star League computer memory core on the planet Helm in 3028 sparked a technological renaissance in the inner sphere. Secrets unlocked by the information of the so-called Grey Death memory core, as well as scattered other League-era finds, triggered the inner sphere's slow climb back to the technological ladder. Nearly 20 years of tireless work at New Abilene Institute of Science, countless other facilities across the inner sphere, progress is being made, but at an agonizingly slow pace. Few important discoveries have been made, but the overall things have changed little. Then in 3050, the clans invaded, blah, blah, blah. Present and future. So we get into that stuff. All right. Introduction, how to use the books, terminology, affiliation, equipment ratings, personal gear, type, perception, repair costs, character creation traits, neural helmet, clan affiliated warriors, gremlins, poison resistance, poorly equipped, This is stuff for character development. Let's see, engineering, stage 4 real life, Losttech, prospector, think tank. Great houses gather the brightest minds of the from universities across the inner sphere. Clans bring the finest of their science and technical case together as well, behind closed doors, sequestered from the outside world, experts in their chosen fields, etc., etc. The think tank events, sample characters, character creation. So we have a failed warrior from the clans, basically a technician, grizzled prospector, mad scientist. Everybody has to have a good mad scientist or two in their toolbox. Weapons and incapacitating attacks, recharge time, archaic melee weapons, bows, heavy crossbows, the Dakayu, a Japanese bow, longbow, short bow, Yari, another type of bow using Draconis Combine, blades and thrown weapons, axes, carbon reinforced fingernails, dao, hatchets, katana, nodashi, shuriken, wakazi, clubs and staves, boken, nunchaku, polearms, staff, vibroblades, clan vibrosword, monowire, vibro katana, stun weapons, mini stun stick, neural lash, neural whip, slug throwers, handguns, makeshift pistols, magnum pistols, elephant gun, assault rifles, submachine guns, gyro weapons, shotguns, needlers, gauze weapons, energy weapons, laser pistols, laser rifles, pulse laser weapons, explosive ordnance, anti-vehicle ordnance, anti-personnel ordnance, fast scan, flare, flash, gas, high explosive, inferno, narc, smoke, stun, general mine rules, standard mines, anti-jump, active mines, command detonated mines, vibro bombs, clearing of minefields, support weapons, crew weapons, loading, setting up, tearing down, semi-portable weapons, grenade launchers, missile launchers, mortars, recoilless rifles, support gauze rifles, support lasers and particle cannons, specialized weapons, and special ammo, accessories, silencer, flashlights, bow-mounted accessory mount, gyroscopic harness, flash suppressors, laser sights, sound suppressors, armor and combat gear, garb, overall armor values, special armor and clothing, special armor, bogu or kendo armor, gripper gloves, gripper boots, Mechwarrior combat suits, micro hook gloves, glass steel boots, riot shields, hostile environment gear, combat spacesuits, cooling vests, engineering suits, engineer helmets, grip shoes, Nero helmets, exoskeletons, combat training exoskeleton, industrial exoskeleton, 0G adapted exoskeleton, heavy industrial exoskeleton, light exoskeleton, sneak suits and other gear, sneak suits, camo suits, ECM suits, camouflage clothing, power armor, battle armor, supplemental rules for battle armor, game mastering battle armor, clan elemental, and all of its nice glorious heavy infantry capabilities. And we got even badder, one called the Gnome, battlesuit armor, heavy suit, unlike most of the clans that held horses along, blah, blah. So we got a variety of battle armor in here, both clan and inner sphere. And I'm not going to go through, down the road, perhaps, if anybody would like me to do it, I could do short video clips on specific suits and mechs and things like that. Other channels do this sort of stuff too, so it's not like it's not out there, but this would just be me reading basically what's in here and what I know, great or small, about these particular things in combat that I've utilized in my campaigns over the decades. Salamander, Udine, Innersphere Standard Armor, our Achilles Light, the Cavalier, the Basha, Veneer Assault, Gray Deathlight Scout Armor, Gray Death Standard Armor. I don't know. It just seems like to me somehow the Gray Death managed to take the standard Innersphere armor that was produced by the House Steiner and the Federal FedCom at the time, this bad boy, and turned it into this, and how this looks so much superior and better than this. This is still functional, don't get me wrong. It's obviously early design issue, but the idea they went from that to this because it's a handful of technicians at a Merck company, even a well-renowned, good Merck company managed to do this. And, you know, I mean, when you look at this and you compare it to the clan original clan armor, I mean, see how smooth and blah 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 blah. It just, I don't know, seems something like somebody someplace else could have done a better job. The Infiltrator, yeah, this one looks, I don't know. There's certain things about some of these designs that just irk me a little bit, because I look at how they're supposed to be battle armor. People are supposed to be in them. And I look at this and I think, how does this poor dude in this armor? I mean, this thing is, the legs are obviously not holding a person's legs. So this particular unit is whomever's in there is pinned up in there in a very uncomfortable position. And it's more reminiscent of a Prototech or a really tiny mech in design than it is battle armor. I think the picture, the artwork is much to be desired, because here's the Mark II, and this looks much. How do you get from this to this? This looks like a battle armor. I mean, like a dude's inside it, right? Where that other one did not. It just seemed like that one was a bad choice of art, in my opinion. Cage Light Armor, Kazaki Assault Armor. You know, like everybody else but that one Mark I suit just looks terrible. Everything else is much more acceptable. Longest Purifier Adaptive, Ward Blake Armor, the Radin. Then we're back to one of these, you know, a couple of these four-legged versions. You know, obviously the fellas either laying down, now the pilot's either laying down on their belly and controlling it this way, or they're sitting, reclined back, and in a position that makes me think that these things must be pretty effing big. These things ideally should look probably a size and a half bigger than the average battle armor because of their design, the way they're laid out. It just seems to me, we're back to that questionable art thing. Miscellaneous gear, power packs, communications gear, sat-nav receivers, video, computers, espionage and surveillance equipment, shotgun microphone, white noise generators, bugs and bug scanners, neural helmet coating, battle mech security measures. I always liked this kind of stuff. Maybe because one of my earliest game systems was Top Secret, kind of a knockoff of James Bond, all things spy-ish, and I really get into that as a form when I talk to other people about BattleTech and Mechwarrior, and anybody who initially sees BattleTech played as a tabletop war game fails to understand just the sheer nuance availability for play within the Innersphere, in the BattleTech genre, as under the Mechwarrior rules. And this is one of those many things. You don't have to be a mech pilot to enjoy a good, solid campaign set in the BattleTech world, in my opinion. So you got implants, cybernetic implants that you can have put in or replace damage to you done, etc., poisons and antidotes. So we got using poisons and antidotes, repair and salvage gear, vehicles. So we got miscellaneous gear, jeeps, jitneys, hurricane hover cars, wheeled vehicles, jet vehicles, emergency packs, jet sleds, and a bunch of tables for all the stuff that's been previously listed in here. So, right. And yes, once again, and this here is one of the newest books I got from FASA back in the day, because it was about 2001, 2002. I stopped buying material. 2002, I stopped buying game material from FASA and altogether, because I'd lost it. They went to Dark Ages, and I really kind of got blew off on it. There became a monetary problem at that point in my life too, so I didn't have options. But this, as you can see, it's already coming apart. I've said that in a couple other videos, that these particular games or books, their bindings are not that great, but they're paperbacks. At the end of the day, they're no different than an actual paperback novel, so you know, it's to be expected. So this is Rick, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Remember, when I did this video, this is 9/11, and you should try to remember what that means to you. Till next time.